I'm here today to talk about Plessy versus Ferguson trial. In the trial, Plessy is 7/8 white, and he had white skin. He attempted to sit in an all-white railroad car. He refused to sit in the black railway car and was arrested for violating an 1890 Louisiana statute that provided for segregated, separate but equal railroad accommodations. Those using facilities not designated for their race were criminally liable under the statute. At trial with Justice John H. Ferguson, Plessy was found guilty on the grounds that the law was a reasonable exercise of the state's police powers based on custom, usage, and tradition in the state. Plessy filed a petition against Ferguson, asserting that segregation stigmatized blacks and stamped them with a badge of inferiority in violation of the 13th and 14th Amendments. The court found for Ferguson. Now, there's a lot of discontent over this trial, a lot of controversy, because it really wasn't a fair trial. It wasn't a fair trial because the 13th Amendment abolished slavery. Of course, that didn't really stop people from discriminating and putting laws, Jim Crow laws, to make blacks still inferior but not slaves. So they came up with the 14th Amendment to deal with this. And it really did violate the 14th Amendment blatantly. So the 14th Amendment says that all people born or naturalized in the U.S. and subject to the jurisdiction of the U.S. are made citizens of the U.S. in the state wherein they reside. And the states can't make any law, enforce any law that'll, abridge the privileges of a citizen or deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, or deny any person within their jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. And that's exactly what they did. The purpose of the 14th Amendment was to enforce the equality of the two races before the law and, get rid of any distinctions based on color. And that's exactly what they did. It's exactly what Jim Crow laws did. They, provided separate but equal accommodations for each race, but just by segregating them, that's saying one race doesn't need to or want to be around the other race. And arresting someone on the basis of their race violated the Constitution and the 14th Amendment. So this trial should not have passed the way it did. And that's one of the problems with justice in any society, that our own bias affects the laws we set ourselves.